This slide is about solving absolute value equations. What's very important regarding absolute values is that we understand a true definition of absolute values. For example, if we have the absolute value of -4, that equals 4. Most students don't have an issue with that at all. They know that whatever's inside the bars just becomes positive. But why is that really? Because absolute value is actually asking you what's the distance of the number inside the bars to 0. So if we ask ourselves this question again, how far away is -4 from 0? It's 4 away from 0. If I look at a number line, 0 is at the center, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the real reason why the absolute value of -4 is 4. That being said, now we're looking for the absolute value of x to equal 3. Now again, interpreting that absolute value piece, we're looking for the distance from x to 0 is 3. So if I think about that on a number line, if I'm at 0 in the center of my number line, well, I could go 1, 2, 3 places to the right to +3, or I could go 1, 2, 3 places to the left at -3. So the solution is that x equals positive or -3. So let's try solving this absolute value equation. Well, my goal would be to isolate the absolute value piece so that I could look at this problem as a distance problem. So first, I would subtract 6 from both sides. So now I would have 2 absolute value of x equals 4. My next step would be to divide by 2. So now I have the absolute value of x equaling 2. Now, thinking about that as a distance problem, what I'm asking is the distance from x to 0 must be 2. Well, that leaves me two solutions. X equals +2 or x equals -2. And one more time, we would add 6 to both sides of the equation. 3 times the absolute value of x equals -6. Divide by 3, the absolute value of x equals -2. Now here's where I really need to be careful. I have a distance equaling a negative number. Distance is not negative. Period. Distance can never be negative. We always measure distance in positive feet. So anytime I am comparing an absolute value directly to a negative value with nothing surrounding that absolute value, I know that this problem has no solution. So my solution to this absolute value equation would be that no solution exists. One might think that this problem has no solution at first glance because of the negative number on the other side of the equal to sign. But first, I better isolate my absolute value. Remember that I have to compare my absolute value directly to that distance. So after dividing by -4, I now have that the absolute value of x equals 3, or the distance away from x to 0 is 3, meaning that I can have a solution of x equaling +or -3.